Hi and welcome back to It's Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy and we are a beauty review channel. If you like foundation reviews, eyeshadow reviews, collabs, unboxings, mystery boxes, I hope that you will like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. As you saw from the title today, I am doing an updated review of the Stay Naked Foundation by Urban Decay. It does look like this. I do have the colors 20 CP for the foundation and 20 NN for the concealer. I will link the original video up here in the cards as well as down below. It was about 10 months ago and I actually had the 10 NN concealer at that point in time, so I was able to trade with a friend and I do have the 20 now. So if you like foundation reviews, I hope that you will click like and let's get going. In my original review, I actually had the 10 NN versus the 20 NN in this. I actually traded for a friend and got the updated formula. And in this, I had actually given to a friend and they decided they didn't care for it and gave it back to me versus throwing it away or anything else. So I actually thought it'd be great to do an update. I think I put a lot of concentration on my video, and I will link it up in the cards. The original video when it first came out is that it was very runny, which made it kind of hard to get coverage because it was so thin you kind of had to manipulate and work it. It blended really well once you're able to blend it. However, you did have to kind of work at it. And I would definitely say that's true. I feel like today when I used it, and I do have it on my face today, when I used it, I felt like it went from not there to there in like fast because it looks like there's nothing there. So you keep, you know, blending and mixing and adding, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, that's coverage. So it definitely has it, but I feel like you do have to work and manipulate this foundation to get it to work. The other thing that I think I fully agree with from that video that is not changed, and I will say was one of the main reasons I gave it to my friend, is the alcohol scent. It has a very, very strong alcohol scent, and I don't like putting products with alcohol on my skin. She doesn't have to worry about the drying out as much, so I thought that she would enjoy it. It didn't last for her when she would have oily breakthrough during the day. No matter what powder she used, it kept breaking down on her, and she does work long shifts, so she needed it to be good. When I originally viewed this, I viewed it as a satin matte finish. I feel like it didn't have a lot of glow. I would agree with that. I think that it's not a matte foundation, but it's definitely not luminous or glowy. I think it is a flatter foundation. You do have to add, you know, contour and bronzer to kind of bring some color back into your skin, and that's even when, like, this one is pretty much dead set my color, but it made me look washed out and fair when I put it on because it needed to have that dimension put back in. So the other thing, and I'm just looking at my notes, I had noted in that video that it does work with powders really well. Today, by total coincidence, I actually used the Too Faced Born This Way powder, the one with the black lid and gold like trim, and I had no problems with the powder. I think the only thing I had an issue with was right above this eyebrow, and it still looks a little bit heavier. Right above this eyebrow, the foundation didn't blend perfectly, and I didn't catch it till I'd already put a little bit of powder on it. My damp sponge was able to work it out, and then I put some powder on it, and it doesn't look perfect, but it definitely isn't something that I'm gonna cry about. So the one thing I noted in that video that I definitely agree with today is that this concealer takes a lot of work. So for me, I actually didn't want really heavy coverage today. I wanted to do my videos, but I also wanted to be out and about and not look kind of weird. Well, I'm still gonna look weird, but not as weird. So most people are walking around full faces right now behind masks. So I wanted to have coverage, but I didn't want it to be crazy. So I did only use one layer, and I feel like one layer was not enough for my dark circles. I feel like it definitely gave coverage, and mind you, I used the Naked Color Corrector underneath as well, so it really doesn't give much coverage initially. It does take some building. The one thing that I am going to try that I don't think I even knew about to do when I originally filmed that video, I think YouTube said it was 10 months ago. So when I originally filmed that, I didn't know letting it sit in, you know, kind of dry just a little bit, 30 seconds or a minute, you actually can increase the coverage of the concealer. And because these Naked products are so runny, I am going to try that. The other thing that has been released since I did that video is actually the Urban Decay. This is the Naked Stay Naked the Fix. So this is a powder foundation, but I actually prefer it for setting my makeup or using as a finishing powder. I think it works really well, and it gives just a little bit of coverage, just a little bit. So I definitely think that it's one of those that I want to try these all together in conjunction, because I know this works with other foundations. And then these, I did not give this a bad review in that. One of the things I said, would I be willing to buy this all over again? Would I be willing to use it? And that video was a first impression. I had said yes. I actually think now that I've been trying these again 10 months later with an increase in makeup skills, knowledge, etc., I think I actually kind of like them. I still detest the alcohol in them. However, if that doesn't bother you, which really it should always bother you. But, or if you're able to get it, it was on sale recently. If you're able to get it like I did, my friend and I have both used it, so it's getting used. So that's kind of my attitude on it. If they were to get rid of the alcohol, let's pretend the alcohol is not even an issue in this, I would repurchase this. I think it looks really well. I think that it's especially good for beginners because it is runnier, so it's a more forgiving foundation. One of the ones I'm thinking of was the Smashbox, the 24-hour like matte one. That one dries so fast you can hardly get it on your face before it's like drying. Like you literally have to work in little bitty sections, and then when you do your concealer, it sometimes pulls up the foundation. So it's just one of those that I think this is very forgiving. It's very, you do have to work with it, but it's very easy to work with. So that is my updated Urban Decay Stay Naked review. I think that I am going to continue to use these. I am going to honestly try to use them up since I do have them, but I also think that it's really important to give a comparison from a first impression to used it more times and then another impression, because first impressions, if your makeup goes just that day, your first impression is going to be amazing. However, if you struggle and it's the struggle bus, then you're going to give it a negative review. So I really feel like first impressions are great when they're a new product and you want to get something out. I think it's beautiful, gives people an idea what it looks like, gives an idea of how it works, the blendability. However, I think it's really important to stay and continue to update things, because if you don't, people think that that first impression is how you felt the entire time. So that is my updated review for the Stay Naked foundations. I hope that you will like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I hope I see you again soon.